So they just told me that I'm about to have 2 suicides and 2 skids. So this is gonna be fun. So I've never had a separate mix before. Oh, Lord have mercy. But anywho, all that shifted. I gotta move that. Still looks too far away. Gotta shift it again. Whew. Anywho, morning, you guys, or afternoon. As you know, I'm picking up a load out of Alcoa, going to somewhere in Illinois and another where in Indiana. So I know they said I'm on the next go around. Assuming they don't mean this one now. No, there's a set of guys waiting, so let me hurry up and get this done. But as I said, they said 2 suicide coils and 2 skids, or aka stand-ups. So let's try to get through this as quick as possible. I'm gonna have to grab more wood because I do not have enough. Yeah. Since I don't know the weight, I'm gonna be guesstimating. I hate guessing anything. It always sucks. Alright, so putting these coil racks down. This is gonna be for the suicide coils, or eye to the side coils, whatever. Everybody calls it something different. I could care less. I mean, the name is what they're named. They're called that because if they do in fact get loose, they will kill you or kill somebody else. So that's the reason why they got their name. Put those 2 there. Now for the skidded. Little mat here for that to sit on top of. This is a really shit show. Suicide coils are typically heavier. Skidded coils typically lighter. I'm trying to evenly distribute the weight so that way they're not sitting over my my landing gear or sitting over my front axle of my trailer. Let's do this. Hopefully they can work with me. Set it up where I want it. You guys could hear the wind fighting. Okay. Now I just put these rubber mats on top of my coil setup. That way it gives it an extra place for the coil to not move. So that's what I'm doing, if you guys are wondering. Now let me go outside and get more dunnage. All right, so now I got 2 more pieces of dunnage for me to put down. They're beveled timbers. Oh, like I said, Alcoa is one of these places. They like to have us have beveled timbers. So it's kind of like, you can't really see it. It's like how wood usually has, 4x4s usually have this flat. Well, instead, it's a small flat surface. And if you angle it a bit, it's a bit of a flat surface. Angle it again, another flat surface. Those are beveled timbers, if you guys ever wondered. But Alcoa prefers us using those. So, just kind of in a rush to get these set up because I did get here a little bit late. And I don't want to be behind, making other guys wait for me. So, just in a rush here. Not too much in a rush. Don't want to risk anybody's lives. Not mine, not anybody else's. So, okay. So, got enough space. Coils. It's going to have to be a little bit uneven, but whatever. Ain't nothing I can do about it. I'll just measure it out. Screw it, right? I might just move it just a little bit forward. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Move a little bit forward because it's going to be a little uneven in the back. And I do not want it to be uneven in the back. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to even it out. That way. At least trying to even it out. I honestly don't know the weights of all these coils. So, like, just kind of spitballing what they might be. Like I said, typically suicide coils tend to be a little bit heavier than stand-up coils. So the key is trying to get them in a place where you can put them close enough all together, but not over your landing gear, not over the front set of axles. That way the weight is distributed between that properly. So already, so far so good. I won't be able to record inside, so you guys will see when I come outside. You'll probably see the 2 suicide coils with at least 1 chain going through them. So that's the policy here. Stand-up coils, since they're on a pallet, they can wait till we get out here. So that's what we're doing. Let me fix this because that looks like a mess back there, and I don't like that. Okay, that's the best I could do with what I got. Alrighty, let's get the rest of these chains on here. Now I do apologize for how loud this is gonna be. Throwing it through. Alright, I'm gonna get another set of chains. Oh, these are definitely smaller coils. They're not the normal size coils at all. Okay, now I'm gonna come around the other side, show you what I did. I know it's really noisy. Alright, so you guys can probably see it here. These are edge protectors. I gotta fix this one, but they're plastic edge protectors. They're kind of like in a half moon shape, and they protect the coil from the chains. Like I said, I gotta fix this one though, because it's coming out. Actually, no, it'll be fine. Alright, then I'm gonna show you guys what I did on the other side. What we do is we pull the chain all the way through. And then we tug just to make sure that it's secure on the other side. And then come on over here. These right here, these are called J-hooks. And they just hook into a trailer. So that way I don't have to get in these pockets with this chain. So you just hook that around. Make sure it's snug and secure, right? Again, I do another pull test. Then I take these ratchet binders. And I'm gonna go ahead and I like to attach the bottom first. I'll take this top in while I'm pulling from the bottom, making sure that's also secure. Go ahead, pull some chain and get it in there and get it attached. Sometimes that can be annoying, very difficult. Well, not sometimes, half the time. And I'm just gonna tighten that up. Get into a better position. If you got bad knees, you're gonna need one of those knee protector things. I don't have bad knees yet, but I'm looking to a future of them. All right. So we want to make sure that's tight as can be. I typically like to stand up, get to one angle or another, and use my whole body weight to tighten it as much as I can. As I told you guys, if I can't hit or kick this and damn near break something, it's not tight enough for me. So that's tight. I can feel that. You can see no movement whatsoever. So now I'm gonna do this one here. That's probably tight enough too. No movement. You can't move that with your hand, neither one of them. So now I'm gonna do the forward chain. Same way. Drag it all the way through. Here we go. The reason I do that, and the reason why a lot of drivers do that, is because the J-hooks like to come out on the other side. Believe me, you don't want that. Gets annoying, especially if you have a certain amount of like coils and stuff. Like I'm lucky enough I could go around this side. If there was more coils, I have to walk all the way around just to get that tighten back up. Okay, so now do the same thing. Get the bottom here, pull it all the way in, as much of that slack out as possible. Hook it. Okay, so that's the tight end there. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain that to part to you guys. Let me tighten this one first. I know you're probably looking like, huh, that doesn't look how you set it up. It's because it's not. So what happened was these two coils are about 9,000 pounds, and then the stand-up coils were about 8,000-ish. So I moved all the suicide coils to the rear and then put the stand-up coils to the front just for even weight distribution, because you can have heavier on the back. And I don't mind having heavier weights on the back, but fix that a little bit. So anywho, like I was saying, I moved the suicide coils to the rear and then moved the stand-up coils to the front. So now we get to throw some straps over these bad boys. Lord, I am sweating. My bullocks off. Oh, putting some J hooks. I need a total of 9 J hooks. So I already put the first 3 down. Now I got to put the next 3. J hooks typically do help a lot. Same thing with the chain. It allows me to not have to put the strap under. So alright. Now this is gonna be the fun part. Oh, and I want to explain something to you guys too. So this load, this coil here again is 9,853 pounds. So our rule of thumb is you half that. So that's about 4,500 something, give or take. Each one of our chains holds up to 6,500 pounds of a working load limit. So when you half that, we only need to cover half the working load limit. So because it's a 9,000 pound, above 9,000 pound coil, we only need to cover that 4,500 pounds. So me putting to 2 chains, in reality, technically speaking, 1 chain could cover the weight of this. But you want even distribution, so you put 2 chains. My company's rule is also one and then another. So say if this was 10,000 pounds, I'll put 2 chains, or not even 10,000, because that number doesn't really work. That's still, half of that's still 5,000 pounds. So say this is a 14,000 pound coil, and half of that's about 7,000 pounds. I put the 2 chains, but the company policy is put another. Now here, that's not really the case, because technically it only needed 1 chain. That second one is the other. Same thing with here on straps. The straps are a 5,400 pound working load limit. The stand-up coils, they're 8,300 pounds, right? So half of that, again, about 4,150. I think I'm doing the math right on that one. So you only really need one strap here, but I'm gonna go ahead and probably put two to 3. I'll probably put 3. We'll see how that works out. So I did double check it, and I was right. The stand-up coils get 3 each, but this is about to be easy because they're way lower than they normally are. Like you guys saw that last load, they were like way higher up. Because they're so low, it means that I can just roll them on over. So this should be a pretty quick one. So let's see how fast we can get this done. I don't know, I might speed this part up a little bit. We'll see. So yeah, as I said before, Alcoa doesn't let you film inside, so you guys couldn't really see the inside loading process. This one's not much. They just use a forklift, nothing special. Okay, so we're gonna do here. So I don't know if you guys can see these hooks. Let me make sure you guys can see them. Okay, cool. So do here is J hook right down here. What you do? See, this is what I was talking about. The part I hate comes right off. Gotta secure it in a manner where it doesn't come off. That could get quite annoying. So what I like to do is just roll that on over to the other side and get the rest of these set up. Should be fairly easy. This is kind of always the pattern that you're gonna see on the top, kind of like a star pattern. That's typically how you want it to be holding the load down, and kind of like a star pattern. So look at that. Yeah, whatever. All right, now I can get this one done. Makes it super easy when they're short. Like the suicide coils, when they're short, it does make things just a slight bit easier on me. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Get that one in there and just roll it on over. That one's gonna fall too. Ready? The next one. That one in, and then I'll roll it on over and fall in. All right, now we're on the last 3 sets. So again, sometimes you have difficulty All right, let's go. Roll it on over. Sometimes I do hate when they fall because this is kind of open just a little bit. So what they do is it ends up just rolling out of the conestoga, which sucks. Booty hole. Alrighty. So what I'll do is I'll get my felt. So 3 of these for each side and each set. So that's 3 right there. Okay. Oh. So what we're gonna do is start setting these up to make it easy on myself. So gonna start from the front, that way I can make my way back, grab the camera, go around. Okay. So what you wanna do is get these under, right? You're protecting the strap and you're protecting the coil at the same time. So get those right under there. So even though they don't look like it, these are metal coils. They are sharp. They can damage your straps. And hell, strapping too hard could also damage your coil. So we don't want neither of those. I'm gonna go ahead and put these edge protectors in. Now some of you may have seen like edge protectors where they're the plastic ones. We here use these felt ones. We do use the plastic one for like the coils, but that's about it. That's about a hard plastic. So okay, now let's go over to the next side. So I know you guys can't see it as much on this side, but as I said, look at that. Fell right through. It gets annoying very fast. So what you do is, even though I know it looks weird because they're crossing, what you want to do, I kind of lost my tool, so I kind of makeshifted a tool out of one of the ratchets. So I just use this here. A few of them fell down, that sucks. What you want to do is you want to take the opposite side and you want to match it up with this side over here, so I can just sort of semi-see where mine is at, and I'll kind of loop some of this strap up here, right? And then once I got enough that I know it can go through the pockets, so that should be enough. Take this tool here, and then I'll go ahead. Gotta fix that. I'll take this tool here, and I'll go ahead and enter it into the pocket. So you guys can just barely see it. The pocket right here. I'll put that one in. Let the rest of it fall back. All right. Same thing here. It might actually be better if I go down and do this. So I think that's what I'm going to do for a minute. And then I'll come back up. Once these are all down, I'll come back up and put the felt up. But it's going to be so much easier doing this outside. So that's what I'm going to do. Because that way I can see under the pallets, see where everything needs to go and how I want everything. So I do hate when they roll out of the Conestoga, but it happens. It's whatever. Not a big deal. So what I'm gonna do is I'll bring you guys outside with me. Have a little fun trip. That way you guys could see yourselves how everything looks. Alrighty, cool. So now I can see a lot better where everything goes. It's gonna make it so much easier on me. So as you can see, again, roll it out and give myself some slack while making sure the other side's pulled tight. And I give myself some slack, just enough so that way I can go through here perfectly fine. I'll just set that down, pull the rest through. I find on the other side where the next one is, give myself some slack. And slack part's fairly easy. All right, I see where it needs to go in, and then I push it through. That's how easy it gets for the most part for the rest of these. Pretty much just finding the next place, giving slack, pushing through. Okay, so I try to keep my straps as tight as possible or as straight as possible. I know you guys probably see like a lot of people out on the road and their straps are just all over the place. That's not how I like to be. So I tend to want to keep it something blocking here. There we go. I tend to like to keep mine rolled up like this, even in transit. It just makes it easier, keeping everything nice and neat. And take some of that slack out. I'm not taking too much slack out there, but whatever. Pull that through. All right, we got one more. Which one is that to? That's to this one over here. So we're gonna put that one back. This one completely rolled out, so we gotta. That one's not gonna stay rolled how I prefer it. So I'll just pull some back, throw the excess up there, and don't really need much. You really don't. So put that in there and pull the rest through. And you know, you guys see how fairly easy this can be. I mean, I'm a little bit in a rush, not too much, but I'm a little bit in a rush. Would love to get home and see my family for New Year's, but they know this is the job, so they're very understanding. Pull that one through. Oh, maybe not the baby. The baby doesn't understand much of nothing right now, but she probably knows in the future why her daddy couldn't spend every holiday event with her. So blocking that. Pull that through, and then we're on to the last one. And final one's through. So we won't need this anymore. We can put that away. Let me see if I can find a great way to show you guys how these ratchet binders work. Alrighty, now let me show you guys. So under here we have these ratchets. I like to line all mines up so that way I know I have enough where they need to be. Line all of mine up, and then I can start showing you guys how they go in place. Hopefully I should have enough for every single one of my straps. That would suck if I didn't. Looks like I do. Alright, so now that they're all perfectly lined up, I want to show you guys the process, so hopefully you can see it. You could use any, like, kind of, I don't want to say sharp, like, you can use any tool, honestly, to get them in these slots, right? You can't really see it. If you could, it's like a little slot here. And what I like to do, normally if I have a knife or something sharp, which I don't right now, so I'm using an old debit card of mine. I put it through the strap, make sure it's tight as possible, and then use that to push it through. And once that's pushed through, go ahead and start to tighten them up, but not too tight because I still gotta get the felt at the top. So, but you want to just tight enough that it won't come loose again when you put the felt in, you know. So, all right, let's do this. Some of them you're gonna have trouble with. It's just a given. Some of these straps are brand new. Some of them are real old. I think the newer they are, the more you're gonna have trouble with them, truth be told. And that's just because, like, they haven't had time to soften up, and so they don't really like to form the way you want them to. As you see, using a debit card gets things done much faster. Like I said, it's an old card. I don't mind it getting damaged. I don't use it at all anymore. Hell, I haven't used it since I got it. Even when I got it, it was just sitting, collecting dust. So, see, like that's what I was telling you guys about. Like that's giving me problems going in right now. No, quick little adjustment. No, that's no longer a problem. Take the card out, start rolling it up. Now I hate having to use or having to strap up near this box here because it takes away from some of the room that I could be using. Yeah, you guys, you'll see what I'm talking about. When I start to really strap it down, you'll see how much of an inconvenience this box being the way is. I mean, it's good that it holds a lot of my straps and equipment, but it is an inconvenience. One thing I will say is this stuff can be cardio, and so make sure you guys have eaten for the day. You have your water, have enough water. Strap it and chain it down. Can take a lot out of you. And last thing you want to do is faint, especially while a bunch of guys is trying to get home for the holidays and you're blocking them. Because they'll, on a normal day, they'll probably care about you. On a day that you're blocking them or stopping them from getting home, they're probably going to be really pissed. Look at that. Just like that. Just like that, that's my last strap. So I'm taking you guys back inside. Alrighty. Alright, so now it's time to put those Phelps back on. Let's get that done. So I know you're probably wondering what's the reason for closing the Conestoga. It's because Alcoa's policy is that you need some type of fall protection, and our Conestogas, when they're closed, are considered fall protection. So I fell back right now, not going very far. So that's the rule of thumb. If you're getting on the trailer, use fall protection. Now it's so much nicer for us as flatbed guys, or Conestoga guys versus flatbed guys, since we have the Conestoga. We do have a fall protection little area over on our, what's behind us, over on the right side there, but we don't use it because it would completely rip our Conestogas apart. So we just use our Conestoga, and it fits their requirements. It fits ours. So I mean, honestly, at this point, I could probably just leave it closed. I'm not gonna need damn felt giving me some trouble. I might have strapped that strap a little bit too tight. Yeah, sure did. But I always make a way. So here we go. Alrighty. So now I get to show you guys. Make sure all these are separated enough from each other. Alright. That way when we strap them down, it's a little bit more even distribution. Alrighty. Lock my, just recently started locking this side cabinet here. So let's find which key goes to it. Hopefully it's the first one. That'd be nice. Yep. The first key. Perfect. And so now you guys get to watch me tighten on these straps. So a rule of thumb is to tighten the middle straps first. So that would be this one here. I want my straps just as tight as my chains. Then you can get the other two. rule with these is shoulder to waist. You typically don't want to go much lower than that. Right now it's soft enough that I can. The harder you strap down, the more you don't want to go that lower. You can't hurt yourself. You can slip from the bar. You can fall. All types of things. I know. I've done it before. Back to the middle again. Oh, you see what I was talking about with the box? Look how far past it I could get. Even if it's not advised, I can get pretty far past it. Hey, what's up? What you picking up? This is my first load. I got the first load I've got 2 coils and 2 stand-ups. So I'm like, shit, I wasn't prepared for this. But they're all light, so. Thank you, man. Same to you. Okay. Sure. And now again, I can get the side straps. See, that one was real loose. That was another one of our Lottie County dryers. If you guys were wondering. That's it. They're all cool. They all talk to you. They're all chill. Something happened there that wasn't supposed to. Something pulled out. So I gotta go check that one. And that's what happened. The felt fell right off. So I get the luxury of going to loosen that one now. Shit sucks. I knew as soon as it fell out of my hand, I knew something was wrong. So now I gotta go back in and fix that. Love this shit. All right, let's hop back in. Let's fix that problem. While I'm here, I might as well just adjust the other side too. I know you guys can't see it right now, but the other side's a little screwed up, so might as well fix it while I'm in here. And then get back out here and finish strap it down so I can make it home to my family, right? Whew. Alrighty, now real quick, while I got the time, my phone was dying, so I had to pause that for y'all. I'm gonna try and get this little trip strap real quick for y'all. So what that is, that just secures the load. That way, if I hit my brakes too hard, it won't move forward. There we go. Tighten that up on this side. I know you guys can't see that part, but already. And that's how that's done. Anywho, guys, I want to apologize for the audio. It's still a work in progress, testing it back and forth. So as you saw, I got loaded. My freaking camera died, so, or at least it was dying, so I had to get what I could get from this footage. But yeah, I got loaded, and now I'm on my way home to see my family for New Year's. But sometimes dealing with Alcoa, dealing with these loads, they'll really get you. You know, this is why I say, like, make sure that you guys are wearing stuff to protect your body, protect your clothes. I mean, I hadn't even noticed it, maybe the adrenaline or whatever, but I hadn't even noticed it until I got back in the truck. But my one finger got cut into, and I was feeling a sting. But I was like, what the hell is that? I ain't really keeping no mind. I get in the truck and I look, and there it is. My finger got cut into, and I was wearing gloves. In hindsight, I was wearing those like soft cloth material type, soft cotton, whatever material type of gloves. Those are not the gloves you guys want to wear. If you could wear like those cowhide gloves or something that's a little bit more cut resistant. But that's why I wear the stuff that I wear, for that exact same reason, because I don't want to come home all the time with cuts all over my body. But loading went well. I got about 42 or not 32 more miles before I got to stop and do like my first load check, and then from there I'm pretty much gonna just be straight home, and then I'll do another load check before I leave out in the morning. But everything went well. Loaded out at 40, I think she said it was like 75,000 pounds overall. And it's like for the first 2 coils, about 19,000. The first 3 coils, 19,000. And I believe the suicide coils, 25,000, something like that. So before I end this video, as usual, I know I forgot to say it earlier today, but shout out to the 3 women in my life: my mother, my wife, and my daughter. But most importantly, as always, my wife, because as I always say, without you, I couldn't do what I do. I know a lot of you might have been confused with how I said that the last time, but what I meant by that was, like, without my wife taking care of my daughter and taking care of the household, I wouldn't be able to be out here working as hard as I could, and be so stress-free, and be able to, kind of just relax and deal with things how I deal with things. So, again, thank you to my wife for everything that you do. Thank you to my mother for being there, after our daughter's born and helping out. I really appreciate y'all. And for the rest of y'all out there, thanks for keeping up with the family. Thanks for keeping up with me. And I hope you guys continue to enjoy watching.